Mr. Helgi's already lurking in the chat log.
Evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm just about to fire up Farm Sim and do some multiplayer farming. Just going live on all the different channels.
Finish the St. Andrew.
Just had me dinner. So I'm all fed and no distractions. So would you like to have barns on fire, Mr. Helgi?
Barns on fire? No. That's a different game.
I sometimes have to question. I do have to question the mindset of players who buy themselves a game like Farming Simulator and then their first thought is, oh, I need to get some fire engines now and go and put out fires.
Makes sense. what we have been missing all the time.
It is what we've been missing all the time. Fire engines. Well, good evening, everybody. And hello to Hassan Josh, who has followed in the chat. Good evening, sir.
Every time I played Farm Sim, I thought, where are the fire brigades?
Yeah. Yeah, I must admit, I did download the Deutsch Farm mod that Giants released yesterday as part of FarmCon, and I actually downloaded a few other Deutsch Fars, which I don't know whether I will be chucking them on the server at some point or not. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Right, we need to start the game up. I'm going to need my controller. Dum, dum, dum. I did play last night for a couple of hours because obviously there was a map update from Stevie and I wanted to check everything was working, so I did a ploughing contract on the map. I think on field 11. I did a harvest contract on field 4. I then collected straw on field 4 before I completed the contract.
Does that mean you had to start all over again? Or?
No, I didn't start all over again. No, I just carried on. I wanted to check that I could carry on.
So you could use the save game? Okay.
Yeah, use the same save game, yeah.
So we have plenty of money now available.
We have a little bit of money, yeah. And then I did a big fertilising contract on field 20. No, that's the wrong menu. We go into creating. We find Tranquil Waters. I don't need to turn anything on. I've not added any new mods. That's all okay. Boom, boom. Yeah, and then as I say, I did a big fertilising contract on field 20 to end my evening. And I think that's pretty much first day of September done. So tonight, ideally, I would like to get one of our fields seeded, I suppose, because we've got 2 fields with nothing on them. I think the trouble is we've only got 1 planter. 1 seeder stroke planter, so there's only 1 person that can do any seeding. There are a couple of seeding contracts as well, which are nice. I think they were nice that I saw.
It's unfair if you landed 2 meters at the front of the flag, and then it rolls off the green, 15 yards away.
Gotta take out that backspin, Mr. Helgi. If you're playing golf, you've got to take away that backspin. When you get to high levels, backspin is an absolute freaking killer. Unless you're landing the ball past the flag, the backspin is a killer. I absolutely hate it when I'm in. I absolutely hate it now if I'm in the game and I've got like a 64-degree wedge or a 58-degree wedge shot. Because it's like, no, that ain't going to finish close, is it? Right, let's have a bit of a sleep. Get a new morning. Ding. September 2nd.
I have, by the way, maximum level.
You've maxed out now. I'm not there yet.
If
Alright, there is a baling contract.
I need to start over.
Fertilising contract for 74 grand on field 17. I don't think there's any fertiliser left in the fertiliser spreader because I pretty much tried to time it so that when I finished field 20 I ran out. I think I had to go and get 2 pallets from the store to finish that field. So if there's any fertiliser left in the fertiliser spreader, it's going to be a very teeny-weensy amount. Let's check. It is, it's 40 litres. That ain't going to cut it then. The good thing is, I have done some lovely, I've started making some compost with the straw that I picked up.
Other mods uploaded?
I've updated mods, yes. I did that the other...
Yes,
some mods...
I did download the map and mods that you uploaded on the 30th. But it still shows me not being up.
Which one are you missing?
Check, I don't know. What is the checking the drive?
John Trailboss!
No. You loaded up one on the 1st of July. Tranquil Waters is
That's the map.
Why? But you already have that.
Yes, but the map was updated yesterday.
Again?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Need access to the Discord server. That is Mr. John. Mr.
So
John.
I downloaded the map.
I can give Mr. John access to the Discord. Certainly can, John. Not a problem. Where is By Now John? He is somewhere around. There he is. Roles. Server voice chat. You should have server voice chat. You should be able to join the Discord, John.
I mean, he's on.
You should be able to click the voice chat.
Personal message to me.
He's showing offline for me in Discord. Now he's online.
Now he's online. Yeah.
And the map name, you just need to search for CWATTYESO, John. I've not given the map the game name any fancy name or anything.
But I thought I downloaded the map, or was there another update? No. Yesterday.
There was an update. Yeah, there was an update yesterday. I did an update on. I updated the map on Friday because Stevie. Because Stevie brought out obviously the public release, and then between the public release coming out at midnight on the 30th and yesterday lunchtime, somebody found some issues with some textures and stuff. So Stevie had to do a quick fix. And which required publishing a new version. A new version of the map. But all is sorted now.
1.1 gigabyte.
Right. So do I go fertilising first off today with my compost machine? Or do we start seeding? It's a little spraying contract, but that's not worth it for 6 grand. Plus we don't have a sprayer. Has our seeder got seed and stuff in it? It has.
You also entered a new mod running speed. What is that?
That's the one that stops you from like flying around the map like the Blitz. It makes your character walk again.
It stops you.
Yeah, it stops you from being the Blitz. So, for example, if I get out of the tractor and run, I run at normal speed now. Whereas before I was like... My controller turned off then. I'm lagging. Why am I lagging?
Okay, this time the game doesn't show me the map. Maybe you're offline. No. Okay. I still can't join. What are you doing to me?
I'm not doing anything to you.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. I saw the game, but I couldn't start it. I don't see the game. Giant, you have a perfect, great game. But you see, I downloaded the map. That was from yesterday. Now I'm checking what mods I'm missing still. That is in. Okay, it says available, 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 available. So easy to miss. Now available on ModHub. What is that? Have I not downloaded it when it says available on ModHub?
Might not have done.
Available, available, available. Everything is available except for Lizard Superior and Dump Trailer Pack.
That should be on
That
there.
is a new one.
Let me check the Google Drive, because I'm pretty sure I put everything on there.
So I can search for Lizard Superior Dump on the 28th. Maybe I missed that.
Yeah, I've got them in last modified by meat order. I've got Tranquil Waters, Animal
Yeah, because,
Products, Cheats Player, Walk Speed, Wilson Pace Setter, Lizard Superior, Collect Straw, Pickup Header, Swaffer Pack. The 2 Lamborghinis which I've actually got rid of, so I can actually delete those from there.
Mhm.
They're broken rubbish mods. So where is Job? There. He's
I
just not
didn't
in
have
the
that
Discord.
mod. Missed it.
Missed it.
On drive. It's on the drive, but I missed it. No, don't stop. I want to quit the game. Always you have to quit the game. That's also no. time. What about John? Downloading the latest mod.
It's working on getting the Vermeer DLC. Oh, I didn't. Oh, is that the problem? I've enabled DLC and John doesn't have DLCs. Sorry about that, John. You should have said. I could have. Yeah, you will have it because you have the season pass, don't you? Year 1 season pass.
The one, yeah. Shall we start again without DLC?
I could turn the Vermeer off.
I mean,
Depends what's easier
for that.
I thought I pretty much I made sure I turned off any season 2 stuff because I know nobody's got any of the season 2 DLC, and I made sure as well to turn off like Guns N' Roses DLC and that other one, like the grain bin one. But I forgot about like the baling Vermeer.
The Vermeer pack there. The baling. We don't use them. I never use them.
I know it's offered for the baling contract that's on the map. I just saw it there actually. For field 12.
I mean, that breaks the game.
It doesn't break the game. It stops John being able to join if he doesn't have the DLC.
So John could check how much it is. Huh? Don't think it is really much. He wants to buy it.
But yeah, I made sure not to add any of the season 2 stuff, so I didn't add the Göweil stuff.
Working on getting the Vermeer pack.
And I didn't add the new Hay and Forage DLC because I don't know that many people who have bought the season 2 DLC or have the season 2 DLC pass. So I was like, let's not activate any of that.
Since we have the DLCs, do we actually see how much? Yeah, we do. What's the season pack? The Vermeer pack costs €8 currently. So it's probably about $8. So what are you doing?
Well, I'm just trying to work that out. What am I doing? I'm either going to go do that I'm either going to go do the fertilising contract, in which case you can start seeding field number 10 with soybeans for me. If you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Can do that.
Excellent. And then once the soybeans have been done, there are a couple of contracts for sowing.
The seeder is the Lemken?
Yeah. One? The one attached to the John Deere.
The big one? This big. Field 9. So I could start. It does fertilizing as well. It's soybeans. Have you selected?
I've selected soybean. I did have soybean selected, yes.
So it looks like green beans, but okay. Yeah, that's soybeans. What am I doing wrong? If I try to activate GPS, it's the trigger buttons and menu, but it doesn't work.
Does that tractor have GPS on it?
Probably not.
You might need to just quickly whiz that to our workshop and configure it, because I've been having to buy the GPS on each vehicle as I've been using it, because none of Stevie's vehicles started with GPS.
Okay. Do we have a workshop in our farm?
Yes, we do. It is in front of the barns. As you drive up the main road running through the farm, there's the wash bay, and there should also be the workshop trigger. Alright, somebody's just asking me on Stevie's Facebook page how you go about opening the production menus on the production silos at the farm, and yeah, you stand there.
You have to increase your green of the map. I mean, currently your face cam is.
Oh, am I on the wrong screen still? I thought I'd changed that. I thought I'd changed that earlier. Sorry.
So the workshop is where the filling tank. Or I'm lost.
It's somewhere there where you are. It's in front of one of those buildings.
So.
Over here, look.
Where? Ah, yeah. Okay. There's.
You've got the pressure washer, and then you've got the repair box over here. The repair bench.
Alrighty. Okay.
This is where I need to have my blitz running speed. Should have kept it for myself. Right, field 17 I think is the contract I've accepted. So field 17 is the field I will now go to, which is the big field. The other big field with my 30,000 litres of compost. You know, I may actually need to refill this. Unlike the fertiliser spreader where I managed to do most of field 20 and only had to go and buy 2 pallets from the store to finish that contract, I've got a feeling that I will need to refill this machine. And I'll have to drive back to the farm a couple of times. I can already sense that we're going to need some equipment. There's some equipment we're going to need pretty quickly on the map. Like a grain cart would be very nice to have.
Yeah. I mean, depends whether we are regularly playing as 3 people or 2 people or 4 or 5. The more people you are, the more equipment you need.
Well, I'm thinking to myself, I need a grain cart just so that I can fill that with manure, and then when this gets empty, I can refill myself in the field. If the grain carts accept compost.
You have to drive all the way back over the bridge back.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing loops around the map, filling up with compost. Of course, what I can do is prepare my lovely, wonderful GPS course, because Mr. Helgi's done all the lovely, wonderful 0 and 45 degree courses. So that's very quick and easy. Because it helps, of course, when you have a German keyboard that actually has the degree sign on it. I can't believe UK and US keyboards don't.
I mean, it opens the console, but that's a minor issue. Because it's the console button.
Ah, it's the one next to the 1 key.
Yep, right.
Now, somebody said in one of my YouTube videos the other day on the comment section, the 1 key, as in donkey, but with a W.
It's a bit wonky, the button.
It's the wonky button.
Oh my god. Is that normal that this goes 27 kilometers per hour for Stevie?
Oh, has Stevie given us the high speed one?
Holy cow.
I might need to change that.
I'm getting nauseous.
I don't want cheating machines. I think he does
I'm not used to that speed actually.
Does he do
what do you have? 18, 17? Something. That's the Lemken is the one, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the high speed one. We should have the one that goes 15. So probably have to take it to the store and sell it, and sell that one, and then buy the slower one, the realistic one.
For the realism's sake, I will change
use your cruise control to keep it at 15.
If I remember how to do it. Which one?
Is this field? This is field 17, isn't
What is it? Do you know the button?
It's left and right bumpers with the left stick up and down to change your cruise control. If you're on...
What speed shall I do? 20?
15.
15.
If you're in kilometers an hour.
Yep.
Installing patch 10.1. Got DLC, almost there.
Great, John. Looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah. Can't wait to have John on the map. It really will be multiplayer then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this seeding speed is much more natural.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful.
When I watch the farmers in my area, they have about a 2 meter wide seeder or something like that, and they go probably 5 kilometers per hour. Depending on what they see. Probably potatoes is a bit slower than...
Oh yeah, potatoes is a slow seeding job with those tiny little potato seeders. But yeah, we get carrots, parsnips and red beet later in the year come into the game. But I think that'll only be on that new map though that comes in the expansion. I don't know if those fruits will be available on every map. Which is going to be a shame because I don't really fancy playing a Giants map.
I think the seeder is 2 centimeters too small. Because I'm now left with about 20 centimeter of field where the GPS doesn't reach.
I ought to check that this is actually working with the fertilising contract still. It is 5%. That's good. I'm glad compost works on fertilising contracts. As does the anhydrous ammonia that you can produce later on. And that's great, because then you don't have to buy any fertiliser.
What do you need for that product? Ammonia?
For the ammonia, I think you need to own the... I think it's the biodiesel refinery thing. And then, of course, you need a sprayer to be able to put it onto fields. But we'll get a sprayer at some point. I'm sure we will. I hope I remember to actually install some. Yeah, I've got the Amazoni one. I think that might be Stevie's anyway. Or that might be a mod one.
Rubicon, my favourite.
Oh, that's just the Giants one, isn't it? Rubicon, yeah, that's Giants one. I think I used the Rubicon in the testing, because obviously it's quite big. It just has a few little issues every now and then. Because the booms are so long, and with Stevie's fields not being completely flat, sometimes the booms hit the ground if you're on a particularly slopey field. But yeah, it was doing quite nicely last night. Just pottering about for a couple of hours, just testing things, making sure that the map update was okay and hadn't broken anything in our save. Because I hate having to start a new save.
I saw a sprayer guy, a tractor with pulling a sprayer with these beams in real life.
Yep.
Fun, or I think it was attached to the tractor, but he had to fold it up to turn around, go on the next pass. So he was standing in the middle of the road where I was driving with my bike, and then he backed up, let me pass, and then continued. It was kind of him, but he had to fold it up for each row. We never do that.
Why wouldn't he just stop short on his like rows and then do a headland at the end, like we do?
Well, he didn't do it.
I would save him having to fold up all the time.
Yeah, but it depends how the tracks are on the field where he can drive. I guess.
Just going to do the headland bit.
And the whole thing is what Cottle and Crabs want to do right. But it makes your life so hard in game if you play realistic.
Mm. Well, now we can play the game super realistic today with the latest mod from Giants. We can have fires and put out bonfires in our barns and skips and cars in the roads and stuff. And I think they appear as contracts in the contract screen, and then you have to go off and tackle them with the fire engine.
Has the dust mod changed? It's a little bit less dust.
I think I think the fire engine, that fire mod, is made by the same people who do the Guns N' Roses DLC.
No, I meant the dust mod.
The dust mod,
That
the
makes
what's it
it
called?
looks like it's a bit less dusty out behind the cedar.
It's user controlled. That is, you've got settings for that in your menu. You can tweak that and change that.
Personally, or
Should be able to do it personally, I think. I don't think it's a game setting that I control, because it has a performance impact, so I assume that is something that everybody can fiddle with.
don't see anything where I could change it.
It's not on that screen, is it? It's on the one with the cogwheel. If you scroll down the bottom, you might need to do it with your mouse and keyboard, because I don't think the controller goes all the way down the page. It just does a little circle. But yeah, the Dusty Lands extension mod does all this stuff.
Adjust dust scale. Oh, it's 1.0. Okay, and then for each one you can change.
For each different type of job that you're doing, you can change the effects.
Oh
yes.
my
So
God.
seeding, ploughing, cultivating.
Seeding is 200.
You can kick up loads of dust, or you can kick up no dust. It's entirely your decision. Oh, let's get some more Wraith energy in there. Nom nom. I think that's blueberry lemonade, that flavour. Nice. You know what, the compost actually goes down significantly slower than the fertiliser, so actually I probably won't need to refill on this field. I mean, the application rate of compost is definitely lower than that of manure and slurry. Drive around the trees. But yeah, Yeah, I love the little Massey. The Massey's cool. This one. The anniversary edition one that I got. I think that was a good business decision by me to get rid of the 7R and get 2 tractors instead. Because we've gained an extra tractor then. We've got a spare tractor now. And both of them have crop-friendly wheels. So if we need to do any fertilising or weeding or anything like that, they're both capable. Which is always nice to have, because we didn't have any tractors when I started the save that had wheels that you could use on a field that was growing. Yeah, seeding's
have
gone.
automatic income by windmills here.
I think we do. I think the Stevie's buildings have solar panels and that on them, so they do generate a little bit of income,
Yeah.
passive
Also,
income.
next to field 10, there's a windmill as well.
You mean the mobile phone thingy?
No, that's a windmill. And
I thought it was a phone mast.
there's also a big windmill, a classic windmill on the other side of the map. See? Behind the church. And on next to the field 10.
There's wind turbines everywhere, yeah.
A wind turbine, the horizontal one. Yeah. Windmill or wind turbine. But not the classic propeller one, that's the horizontal panels or vertical panels.
I think does it fall under decoration?
Maybe it's a production thing.
It's not a building. Not a silo. Not a silo extension. It's not a container. Not listed under tools. Not listed under farmhouses. Listed under productions. I wouldn't have thought so. It's not. Or it could be. Generators, yes. What is it? Tranquil Waters. Large wind power generator.
Yeah, the last one. Yeah.
It earns you $18,000 per month. That seems like a fucking lot.
With 20,000 maintenance.
Mm.
Misty.
I haven't done the collectible hunt yet either on the map, so
Oh,
if you
is
come
there
across any collectibles, make sure you grab them when you're out on your travels. I think the only ones I've got are the ones that were at the farmhouse and the ones that were at the shop. I think they're the ones that I picked up. And I think one from the garage opposite next to Field 10 on the right hand side. Because I was like, I don't want all the free money.
I think the seed and fertilizer will last for that field.
Excellent.
I'm about at 80%. Here we are playing on Stevie's map again.
Yes. Stevie's map of awesomeness. I know one production building that Mr. Helgi will want to do and get into when we get a bit further along in the save. It'll be the one that Stevie added, right? Which is the Happy Days Brewery, where you can make beer and wine using grapes, barley, sugar, and hops. And of course,
What?
I mean, we have got the all the Dragon's Den stuff as well. So there's a bit more, some more productions in there, which are a little bit more sophisticated. Require a bit more. But John's the expert on those, so he'll be able to fill us all in. Because I've been playing with an older version of the mod on my Ringwood save. So it'll be interesting to see if there's been any changes or tweaks lately to that Dragon's Den mod pack thing. Any new recipes?
Well, I actually wouldn't need any fertilizer, right? On this.
No. Don't think you're using any, are you?
Yeah, I'm used. I'm down to 75%.
Field needs rolling.
Yeah, it just shouldn't need any fertilizer, but it does supply fertilizer.
Yeah, the seeder shouldn't really apply fertiliser because the field's like fully fertilised. It shouldn't be consuming the fertiliser.
Well, yeah, I should be able to switch it off if I'm in control of the tool. But the game doesn't allow you. Is field 17 what you are currently doing?
Sorting out Wilson Pacesetter not in mod folder. It should be on the Google Drive, John. If the Google Drive, you sort it in last modified order, it will be up there at the top. Because the Wilson Pacesetter mod is the one that has the trailers that I want with the single bin hoppers rather than the twin bins. So when I was doing the map testing and I had that big long road train of trailers using I think it was the Distinctions. I didn't like the Distinctions because they have 2 separate hoppers per trailer. So for a twin trailer I had 4 hoppers to have to empty and switch between the controls of, and then obviously for a triple trailer I had like 6, and then for the quadruple trailer I had like 8 hoppers to have to fiddle with. The Pacesetter mod does it a lot better because it's just one single bin in each trailer.
%30 complete. 30.
What's that? This contract?
Hmm?
The contract on 30% complete.
Just 30 on my screen.
Probably makes sense. I think I'm about that, yeah. I've just done like the top half of the field where it's a bit awkward. Now I'm on like the main bulky bit.
Also a plowing contract.
Is there?
Who needs plowing? I don't know.
No ploughing contract on my screen yet. 2 sowing contracts, 4 and 11, a spraying contract for field 15, and then 2 baling contracts.
Yeah, but in the map screen it says plowing required. So
probably not going to do that yet. Depends if they've got something growing on it or not.
I mean, it's obviously growing something if you do fertilize.
Yeah, what's he growing? He is growing wheat.
First stage of growth.
Of course, I couldn't use compost spreading for a field where there is actually crop present, because the trailer of the manure compost spreader would do crop destruction. So you can only really do it on fields that haven't been seeded or have been freshly seeded. Whereas the fertiliser spreader does have narrow wheels, so you get away with it. Well, I'm going to do the headland bit again, because this field's a bit wonky-edged. Of course, it totally didn't occur to me yesterday when I downloaded and updated the map on the server that before I uploaded the map, I should have just quickly done the tweaks to it to enable the paintable field mod to work. And then some of the lovely square fields on the map could have been very easily made rounded when the time came. I think I installed it on the, I'm sure it was the Four Lakes map that Stevie did. I did that the other day. I'm sure I did. I ought to do it as well on, what do you call it, when the new map comes out. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, the one that's in testing with giants as of last week from Oxygen David. Croft, is it Croft Park or something like that? County Park? Something. I'm looking forward to playing that one. I am. He needs the Antonio Carrera DLC and the Kubota DLC. Oh, sorry, John. I didn't realise you didn't have any DLC. If you'd said you didn't have, the DLC, John, I would have turned it all off on the server. I can do that. I will turn the DLC off.
When do you want to start to restart? Or?
Well, John's going to take a break, he says, for the moment, so
Okay.
I will definitely turn it off.
Why does he have lunch for this time of day? Already after 8. These people, crazy. All these people from America. Did you allow him to have lunch?
I did allow John to have lunch, yes. I gave him permission. Yeah. I should have definitely have turned off the DLC. I just forget. I just forget because obviously, I mean, I imagine you did the same. When you bought FS22, you got the DLC with it, didn't you? The Season 1 pass.
Yep.
And of course, because we have it on Steam, all the DLC just gets automatically installed.
Yep.
So we don't have to worry about having to download it and install it, or download it and update it, or anything like that. It's all taken care of.
It was the only change that I didn't buy a Season Pass 2 because it's rubbish. Complete rubbish. There's only maybe one DLC that, if you're interested, you can buy it separately, but Season Pass, not worth the money.
I was very disappointed that they didn't stream FarmCon this week. So I have no idea what they've talked about or revealed or anything like that to the people who were at the event. They've not posted anything on their website or social medias or anything. I don't know why. I've really enjoyed like watching FarmCon the last couple of years, but I guess they've decided all of a sudden this year that they don't need to stream it anymore because real people can attend it.
Nothing on YouTube at all? Or?
No, nothing on YouTube, nothing on Twitch.
Okay.
So, I don't know. As I say, the only things I know that have come out of FarmCon is the tractor, Deutschfahr tractor mod, which Giants have released. Because they obviously held it at the event at Deutschfahr. And then this Fire Brigade mod.
Okay.
That came out on the mod hub today. And the only reason I knew about that was because Mr. CDP tweeted and said that it's disappointing that it's not available on consoles. But he's hoping it will be because Giants are going to work apparently to get the mod on consoles.
It's a German fire brigade, fire truck.
Yeah.
So it's only working on German maps, huh? I mean, it looks odd in a US map, actually. They should have US fire brigade.
But I wonder if somebody, whether somebody was kind of tipped off about that mod or that DLC or whatever you want to call it, because if you go onto the mod hub and click back a couple of pages, there's like several other fire trucks and stuff, mods that came out, vehicles. And obviously they came out before this mod that actually enabled like fires in game. So it's like, did that person know that the mod was coming? So they already had a whole bunch of different fire trucks and stuff ready to release and released. Interesting information. I was kind of hoping there might have been, out from FarmCon, I was kind of hoping there would have been maybe some discussion about the other two DLC packs that are still to come this year, before we get the big expansion at the end of the year with the new crops and the new map and everything. Because there's still two more little like DLC packs to come. One of them that was teased as increase your productivity. And then I can't remember what the name of the other one was. Because I know we was talking about...
Or wider machines, or what are you...
I don't know, because it just says increase on the like the thing. The pack is the Giants teaser is increase your productivity, and then the other one is something else. Good evening, the Leeway. Hello. How Howdy doody. Welcome on into the stream, the Leeway. Nice to have you here.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Guten Abend.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, in the evening you say Guten Abend.
Ah.
During the day you say Guten Tag. In the
How
morning
are you
say
guys? Well, I'm
Guten
well.
Morgen.
I can't speak for Mr. Helgi.
No, I'm fine.
Mr. Helgi's fine. We would have had John here as well tonight, but we've run into a little bit of a problem with the fact that I set the server up wrong. So I need to go and change some settings to allow Mr. John to join. Otherwise there would have been 3 of us having a lovely, wonderful time farming, wouldn't there? Because Mr. Helgi's currently doing some seeding over on the farm. I'm doing a fertilising contract. So Mr. Helgi's currently over here, driving his little tractor.
Doing some rolling after.
Yes, we will probably need a roller. Okay, you broke it. I didn't break it. I just made an assumption. Lee, I made an assumption and I assumed wrong. And you know what they say about assuming? When you assume... Mr. Helgi is indeed spreading his seeds. He is indeed. He's spreading his soybean seeds.
Not my seeds.
Quantum's here. Good afternoon, Quantum. How are you doing, sir? I joined your lovely Discord the other night, Quantum, your GTA Discord thing. I don't see a lot on it at the minute. I'm good. Thank you. Yourself? Yes, I'm very good, thank you, Quantum. I'm very good. I'm having a good day. I've got my energy now. I've remembered to have my energy this evening. I needed it. You make an ass out of you and me. Exactly, Lee. When you assume something, you make an ass out of yourself. And I should not have assumed that everybody in the world owns all the Farm Simulator DLC. And I shouldn't have activated it on the server, because then it stops people that don't have the DLC from being able to join, which is the problem for Mr. John. So Mr. John's gone for a lunch break. And when Mr. John wants to join the server, I will need to quickly just save the game, log out, turn the DLC off, and log back in again. We're like 96% finished, still tidying up stuff. Oh, that's cool, because I know in your stream the other night, Mr. Quantum, you said, oh yeah, was it Charlotte has written all the rules and stuff and everything, and all the important information stuff. But then when I went to the channels on the Discord, there was nothing in them, or I couldn't see anything in them. But yes, Mr. Quantum, I got you an order this afternoon. I got a streamer to buy some Wraith with your discount promo code thing. I think they went for a starter bundle. They're giving the starter bundle a try. So that's a nice nice little bit of extra pocket money for you, sir. Mr. Helgi's gone very, very quiet.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Then I shut up.
Has no clue what we're talking about. Mr. Helgi's not one of us. He's not one of us.
Something stupid, yeah.
He's not one of us. I don't know. I think Mr. Helgi could do with one of these for his new electric bike, and he should have it with him when he's out there cycling. What? So he's always got the energy for when the battery runs out. And seed spreading, exactly. Seed spreading takes energy.
I'm not spreading any seeds. The tractor is doing. My seed spreading time is over.
Seed spreading is over. Yeah, so we're gonna have to buy a roller to do the rolling of that field, Mr. Helgi. So it might be advisable once you've done that field to maybe pick one of the sowing contracts to go and do to earn a bit of money. He doesn't want to listen to you guys when he's spreading his seeds. It'll put him off. Exactly, Lee.
Have to concentrate.
He has to concentrate when he's spreading his seeds.
Row for row for row.
Row for row. He can't afford to miss a bit. Gotta hit all the spots. Hit all the spots, and you've got to hit all the spots in the right order.
All the nice little beans.
Yeah, get those beans. Get those beans planted. Those lovely, lovely soybeans. Are you fertilising his seeds, did you say? No, Mr. Helgi's fertilising his own seeds. He's fertilising his own. I'm fertilising somebody else's. I'm currently fertilising Michael's, which is a bit of a shame because I'd rather be doing Sheila's. I've got to fertilise Michael's seeds. Innuendo bingo here, yes. Innuendo bingo. We ought to have some little cards made out so everybody can play along at home. Like you have when you watch the Formula One now on a Sunday afternoon. You get the Brundle bingo cards. Completely forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something a few minutes ago and then I got completely distracted by the chat.
You want to buy a roller?
Buy a roller, yes. So contracts will be good for that. A contract will pay for the roller that then we'll be able to use to do the... You
mean the contract for roller? Is that one?
No, the contract for sowing. One of the sowing contracts will help pay for a roller. Because I think there's one there for about 43,000. Which should definitely buy as a roller, and then we still have plenty of change left over. Same way as this fertilising contract should give us enough money to get a grain cart And then I'm also thinking I might need a baler, because we don't have a baler currently, but if we had a baler, then there's a baling contract that becomes possible. And then we're capable of doing pretty much every type of contract, apart from... Well, we don't have a weeder, I don't think. We might need to get weeders.
I mean, the only thing that with the sowing contract is that I'm spreading fertilizer as well. You know?
Well, you could unload.
So I could unload everything.
You could unload the seeder and put the fertilizer from the seeder into the fertilizer spreader for future, and then keep the seed out of the seeder. And I know it's a shame because that's a great big tank on the seeder then that will be empty. It's a shame Stevie doesn't give you a configuration option on the seeders and planters, so you can just have a seeder with a larger seed tank. Do away with the fertilizer tank if you're not fertilizing, and just have an expanded seed tank. I would much prefer that. Don't put a line through your number or use a dabber. Stick a seed on it. Yes. Stick a seed on it. Stick a soybean on it. On your bingo card. Slap a sugar beet on it, or a potato.
Why is the why can't I open it up? It automatically open. So which one is which?
Which one is what?
Unloaded everything now, or no? I have not.
Going to do bed, so be lurking for a bit. Okay, that's perfectly fine, Lee. You lurk away.
Okay.
Well, the pallet should be... Well, the green one should be seed. The blue one should be fertilizer. And if you take the fertilizer spreader to the pallets, it should only load the fertilizer ones. And that'll leave you the seed ones, which you can then put back in the seed.
But it only unloaded the seeds first.
Then you have to drive forward a bit and then unload again to get the fertilizer out if there's not enough space.
Ah, no, it's automatically open.
Yeah, the cover will open when you're in range. Hello, dog. You've come. Oh, here he is. Here's Mr. Bobbles. Hello, Bobby. Wave at everybody. Say hello, everybody on stream.
Yeah, he's talking.
He's coughing, is what he's doing. He's coughing. He's a very, very old man now.
It's his way of talking.
He's finding it a little bit hard to breathe these days now at his age. He gets these coughing attacks. You can probably hear him.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but we don't want to have him put to sleep, because apart from that, he's in very good spirits else. And he's not in any pain or any discomfort or anything. So, just getting old, ain't you, like all of us? And being old is not an excuse to terminate anybody, is it? Gonna go be boys. Lie down. That's it. Good boy.
Like a steam engine. Starting up.
Was lying down that much hard work?
Yeah.
It's like I've just lied down and I'm bloody knackered.
Okay. I accept the contract to 11, but I don't need to borrow equipment, right? Probably can't.
You probably can't. We don't think we've done enough jobs for everybody yet. It should tell you on the screen somewhere how many jobs we've done. Different farmers. Somebody, I know we did 2 for one person, because you did it, didn't you?
The seeder can do everything.
Yeah, Stevie's made it completely multi-fruit. So it can seed and plant everything. I don't know if that's across the board actually, as well. But I'll go in the store and look at seeders. I think he's done that for all of them. Even the Giants ones will seed and plant everything. Which is very, very nice indeed. Very, very nice. You're bubbles. Don't you like being over there because of the fan? Well, can I turn the fan off for a bit and then you can lay down and you won't be in the draft, will you? But if my PC overheats and crashes, you're getting the blame, dog. Can't believe that happened to me on Friday night when I was playing that Dave the Diver game. The bloody PC got that hot, it crashed.
Okay.
Dave the Diver.
Oops, I'm sorry. I think I made a mess.
You've made a mess? Uh-oh.
I seeded oat on field 2.
Uh-oh. Mr. Helgie's making a mess.
What is there a seed? Is there a crop on field 2? No.
Why are you
So
driving with
no
the cedar
harm done.
down?
Hmm?
Why are you driving with the cedar down?
No, I thought I was at field 11. I didn't. But field 11 is after field 2.
No, field 2. That's outfield.
Yes, I know. It didn't complain, that's why. Never mind.
Oh well, guess we're going to have oat on that field then.
Or you have to re-seed.
We'll have to do some oat. And then we can sell the oat to the company that needs it for making oat milk. So that Starbucks can be resupplied so that the Leeway can keep having all her coffees. So they don't run out of oat milk for Lee's coffees. Vitally important production that is, Mr. Helgi.
I can't seed on field 11. Can I? Or maybe if I switch it on, it works.
Switch it on.
Yeah, it works when I switch it on. What is the point?
Mr. Helgi, have you played this game before? Just checking.
A long time ago. Oh my god, the whole field is full of stones. It's not seed. I'm planting stones, it looks like.
Yeah. That's the field I ploughed last night.
Oh, yeah. And limed, huh? Don't know.
No, I didn't lime it because there was no contract for lime. It was just a ploughing contract on field 11. But yeah, they don't do stone removal, the AI, so as I was ploughing it, I was like, look at all these lovely stones I'm digging up. And now you're having to drive all over them with our seeder.
Yep.
Nice. That'll be a nice repair bill.
40,000.
That'll cost us a few grand to repair the seeder. Because I haven't got the mod installed this time that changes the maintenance time and costs. So we are playing with vanilla maintenance.
We'll see what happens.
So yeah, stuff's going to be expensive to fix. And keep in tip-top working order. And I certainly am not going to be respraying any tractors.
Does it go in disrepair quicker, or?
It will go in disrepair quicker, yes. Because it's running at Giant's settings. I've just noticed something. My farmer is wearing my shirt. I've got one of those shirts in real life. You've got to have a bit of flannel, haven't you?
Yeah.
I don't have the
Especially
black
in
cowboy
summer.
hat anymore, though, sadly. I did have a black cowboy hat, but I don't have one anymore.
Flannel and the cowboy hat in summer at 30 degrees C.
I've just got my little straw hat, which doesn't really fit on my head with a headset. A little straw trilby. I was meant to see if that fitted on it. Actually, that's my Bray Wyatt one. I think it will, you know. Oh yes. Put that on there. Oh. No bumps with the traffic. No bumping into the AI cars. We don't have that good insurance. We don't. Our insurance is not all that good. Our coverage. There we go. Got me Firefly band on it now. I can cosplay as Bray Wyatt again, ladies and gents. Not that anyone really cares. Dum, 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 dum. 19% compost remaining. I've done a really good job of this field. Haven't had to refill yet. So Quantum came by and said hello. I like it when people drop in. It's so much nicer here on Kicks. People seem a lot friendlier. You always get streamers popping in and saying hello and as well as your regular channel viewers and stuff. Although I've not seen Barker today. Barker was here yesterday watching me do Football Manager, Dave the Diver and farming.
And you are talking Dave the Diver. What is this?
Dave the Diver is a game on Steam. I picked up in the Steam summer sale I think, when did I get it? Was it Wednesday night or Thursday? I bought it either Wednesday night or Thursday night, I think. Because, again, chat told me it was a really... It only came out on the 28th of June. But on Steam, it was like... It was being advertised on literally every single page I clicked on. And it's quite a quirky little, like, cartoony type game. Where you control this little guy called Dave who has to dive into the ocean and he has to retrieve little objects and stuff. And he has to catch fish. and you do 2 dives a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and then in the evening you have to go and run a sushi bar where you have to serve customers with the fish that you've caught. And it kind of reminds me, it feels a little bit like Dinkum, but the graphics are completely different. But I tell you what, it's quite a chilled, relaxed game. Very chilled, relaxing game to play.
I haven't played Dinkum in a while.
But yeah, I was having a look through the Steam Summer Sale to see if there was anything worth buying. Somebody recommended I get X4.
Foundations?
I think that was it. I looked at the trailer and it looked a little bit like Elite Dangerous, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it's different. No, it's different. It's more arcadey. More arcadey than Elite Dangerous.
I was like, I don't know if I've got time for a game like that.
I have it.
Well, no, I eventually, I think it showed on my Steam list, it showed it on the store page, it said one of your friends owns this game, and they have like 785 hours in it.
I have all the DLCs, and I mean, it's worth restarting the game for each DLC, but you would now I would recommend buying all the DLCs if you want to buy the game, but it's now complete. Yeah? There is no further DLCs. You have some mods with it. I use mods. It's quite nice to discover the universe. Yeah? And it has a storyline, but it's an open game. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I looked at that game. I can't remember how much that was on in the sale. I didn't really understand the buying options, because you could buy, I think you could buy X4, then there was another bundle you could buy with a load of things in it, and then there was another bundle for like the complete X thing, which was like 130 odd quid. I was like, Jesus Christ, I was like, is this game like Train Sim where there's like 1 billion DLCs?
They have 6, it's finished now, and I think it's 6 DLCs where you get all these different races, you know, like Borons and Blit, and the humans.
Yeah, I looked at that, and then I looked at the and I also looked at the Batman game that doesn't allow you to play as Batman, because that's like $14.99 in the Steam sale. I was like, yeah, I don't own that one yet, because I didn't really want to buy it when it first came out, because it was bugged and glitchy as well when it first came out. I think it only came out last year, but if it's like $14.99 in the Steam Summer Sale, it's probably worth picking up now.
Yeah. No, but I mean, X4 is definitely time consuming, and I wouldn't recommend it to you.
You wouldn't recommend it?
No, not for you.
No,
because it is very going into the. It can be a sort of a spreadsheet management, yeah, if you want, like Football Manager a little bit. But you can actually also fly the spaceship, and you have to. But later on, you can do everything like in God mode.
Yeah, because I know when I was looking at the Steam thingy the other night, I was asking people in chat about different things, and no one would really give me a straightforward answer. Because I saw that X4 thing, and I was like, oh, is it going to be like Elite, where you have to put in like a zillion hours to get anything done? I says, because I don't have time for a game like that.
It's not that time consuming, but.
Because obviously I play so much for streaming and for content making, I don't have enough. I don't really have time for games that require me to put in hundreds and hundreds of hours. Yeah. I like a game that I can just pick up and muck around in for an hour or two and then put down and pick up again in 6 months' time, sort of thing.
I mean, X4 has quite a steep learning curve for new people. They try to make it easier with more hand holding, but still not there. I played X3 and I couldn't get it to work. I just gave up. It was too complicated. But that was many years ago. But there are many YouTubers you can watch play the game.
Again, I don't have a lot of hours in my life to watch YouTubers. The YouTubers I currently watch take up enough of my spare time, and they don't have anything to do with gaming, because again, when I've spent all day doing gaming, it's like the last thing I want to watch then at night is more gaming.
I also find other things more relaxing to watch.
So I watch these people who do like movie and TV reviews and reactions and stuff, and I watch those kinds of things. And people who do like these like podcasty type things where they talk for like they talk about things for like an hour or so. I find they're great videos because I can just put a queue of them on my tablet, hit play, and then I can just leave it running all night whilst I fall asleep. And it provides background noise for me. Again, sometimes I use podcasts on Spotify to listen to, but some of them haven't been updating that much recently, and it's a bit, I can only listen to the same episodes again and again and again so many times. Because I was expecting an episode of Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru to be released yesterday, and it never appeared. And so I don't know what's happened with that. Because I think it should have been the big, like, episode 300 thing. Because then I would expect the Jim Cornette Experience to come out on Tuesday for me to listen to, whilst I'm driving to my rehab, and then whilst I'm doing my rehab. And then when I'm driving home again. One of my favourite podcasts to listen to was a podcast called Terrible Lizards, but they only do that once a month now. They used to do it like weekly. And it was done by a paleontologist. And it was all about dinosaurs. A really good podcast, quite informative. But yeah, they only do it like once a month now. Like, I think it's the last Wednesday of every month. I am down to 3% compost. Oh no!
So much field left.
Still a lot of field. I'm going to have to come and refill, aren't I? Oh no.
It's like coming to the end of your money and so much months left.
Yeah, like in real life, when you get to about the 20th of the month and you've run out of money, and you're like, oh god, it's a long way to payday. It's a long way to the 13th of the following month.
It's like the lady was in front of the line at the cashier in the supermarket, and she tried to pay and it didn't work, and okay, I have to leave it here and have to get some money. It's really, I would sink into the ground if it happened to me. It was the 25th or 24th. Already the money gone. Okay, then I don't take the 50 euros. Just pay for the product. No, it still doesn't work. Oh, embarrassing.
I watched this person once. He did a video. I think it might have been on YouTube, where this person was going into different supermarkets, and they were like getting a trolley, filling a trolley up with like loads of beer and wine and things like that. Got to get to the checkout, put it all on the conveyor belt, put it all through, and then the last item was like a pack of babies' nappies. And then when the checkout operator says, "Oh, that'll be, you know, £156," the person went, "Oh no, I haven't got enough money. I'm gonna have to put something back, I'm afraid." And the checkout's like person's like, "Oh, that's no problem, that's okay." And the person stands there and goes, "Oh, what should I put back?"
The nappies.
It puts the nappies back and just keeps all the alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah.
and like the look on like the other people in the line, obviously, because obviously they're making. It's like, what? And like the checkout operator's face and like the reactions of the other people in the queue and the people around. They're like, "You God, you terrible parent, you."
I mean, she bought stuff like maybe for 25, 22 euros, not much. And I was when I was going to the cashier, I was behind her in the queue, and I was joking to her because you put it on the belt and then you put a spacer in between, and she didn't put a spacer in between, and then she put a spacer in between. I said, "Oh, shit, I thought you would pay for my stuff as well." She could even pay for her stuff then, as it came out. Oh. Then, "Can I leave it here?" Then they had to put it in the cooler and wait for her to come back, get it, and pay for it. Oh yeah.
I've got to come and get some more compost because the contract is 92% complete.
What a troll.
Yeah. And I realised I missed my turning as well. Oh, I'm going on the scenic tour back to the farm, ladies and gents. Drive round the BGA. Drive past the compost factory, which we don't own yet, but that would have been very nice to have had now. So I could have got some compost from here. Do you know what my favourite thing to do as well? One of my favourite, and it's probably a really old joke and people probably get very sick of hearing it, especially if they work in supermarkets and stuff. But you know when they're scanning your stuff and you get that one item that doesn't scan? They can't scan it. The barcode doesn't work and they're like trying to scan it and they're like, "Oh, this one's not working." I always go, "Oh, I guess I'll have to have that for free then."
Yeah, I learned.
Or this item doesn't have a price on it. "Oh, well, I guess it's free then."
I watched a video where a guy, he is actually a bodybuilder, famous German bodybuilder, and he said, do you do the same thing in the supermarket? You buy a banana, weigh it, and then you put 6 bananas in the bag. And they just go through with one banana. Yeah? You pay for one banana, but you go... It's the one where they don't weigh the product at the cashier, but where you bag the bananas. So you weigh it yourself, get a ticket, put it on the bag, you know. But they weigh only one banana and then they put 6 in. The best. Unbelievable what people think and what people do, and then the cashier doesn't notice that it's actually only one banana that he pays for.
Well, there was that guy, wasn't there? There was that guy that got into, like, trouble. Because he was taking PlayStation 5s, putting them on. He was putting them on the scales, and getting the bar and saying potatoes. So he was getting like a bag of potato. He was sticking the sticker over the barcode on the place. He bought like half a dozen PlayStations for like potatoes. Yeah, a bag of potatoes.
That's ridiculous.
But his mistake, and the reason why he got caught was because the stupid idiot went back and tried it again a couple of weeks later. After doing it once and getting away with it, you'd think, okay,
I can
profit.
do it for my friend as well.
But he went back and did it with another load, and they were ready for him then. The same supermarket, and they were ready for him.
Yeah. Good.
But I don't think we have. I don't think there's any supermarkets where I live where you weigh your own vegetables or fruit or whatever and put stickers on them.
Yeah,
they always do it at the checkout. They always do it at the checkout.
But maybe it's more common.
I don't think it's even done by weight now. I think it's done by unit as well. So as you put like a bag of 6 carrots on the thing, the checkout operator just puts carrots 6 on a little screen thing.
Weight, because they are not all identical. You just
I don't know. I'm usually too busy still putting stuff on the belt to worry about the pricing side of it. Someone else deals with that. Somebody else gets the job of paying for everything. I'm the monkey that has to put everything from the trolley on the belt and then put it up from the other end back into the trolley. And then I'm the bloke as well that loses £1 every single week because of the trolley. And I'm sure the person that parks in my parking space now is doing it on purpose, because they know I'm going to be far too knackered by the time I've done the shopping to walk that extra 4 or 5 feet to take the trolley back. So I just leave it, and then of course they pop out of wherever they're hiding, grab my trolley, put it back, and they keep the quid. So every week somebody's like, yeah, I've made £1. Woohoo! And every week I'm like, I've lost £1. I've gone too far again, haven't I? I've driven past the field that I'm supposed to be working on. Kind of when you realise you've gone too far. You know, yeah.
And my wife confirmed that they actually weigh the products at the cashier, the main
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they do in all house. Well, certainly in all the supermarkets I've been in.
Some products are by one piece, like ananas or something like.
Been a long while since I've seen any those machines where you print your own labels, weigh your own stuff. Because again, it was just far too easy for people to exploit it, like you just said.
Weigh 5 apples, put 7 in, get 2 for free.
Although saying that, actually, the other week we got completely screwed over by the supermarket because we bought 2 packets of Yorkshire puddings to do for like roast dinners with, the roast dinners with, and there's supposed to be 10 Yorkshire puddings in each bag. One bag only had 8 in, and the other only had 9 when we opened them.
Are people taking them out? Or?
No, they're fully sealed bags. Obviously, the factory, wherever they're made and produced, didn't put enough Yorkshire puddings in 2 of the bags. But it just seems unlucky that we picked up both bags that were short of Yorkshire puddings, so we was missing 3. But you try going back to a supermarket and telling them that you're missing 3 Yorkshire puddings. They're like, no.
I mean, they could believe you. I mean, maybe it happened before. And you have to put an honest face on. Yeah, it's not worth doing it.
Finish off this row that I didn't finish off, and then there's a couple, probably 3 rows left, I think. Then this field is done. Contract complete. We've made some money. Get some equipment that we're missing, that we don't have yet. Our first bits. It was ever so funny though last night, because I took this harvest contract and it was to do a field of sorghum, and when I came to deliver it, they wanted it delivering to the pig food mixer at our farm.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, that's handy. It means I get to take all my equipment back to the farm.
Maybe you get these line contracts where you can sell the line.
I don't think I have. I don't think I've got the supply and transport. I haven't got that mod installed. I haven't installed that mod on the server to deliver, like the lime deliveries and things.
To your own lime machine.
So selling lime to yourself, like we did on, was that Elm Creek?
Yeah.
Take it from one lime machine and sell it to the other one. Which was our machine as well, and getting paid for it. And it was quite good pay, wasn't it? It was like $1 million.
Oh yeah, it was quite some money.
For lime.
It was left pocket, right pocket.
Yeah. Get the lime out of your left pocket, take it around your ass, put it into your left pocket, and get the money. So you've still got the lime, and now you've got $1 million. Woohoo!
Oh, 56%.
Give the dog a stroke.
Have you been to the doctor with him? Not with this one, but
He's alright, is he? He's happy. He's happy.
maybe he needs an inhaler.
A doggy inhaler, yeah.
Yeah.
He's 18 years old, bless him. He's done well to get to that age, really.
Contract finished.
Woohoo!
Michael Hammond grants you 5% discount.
What you doing, buddy? Stop.
He's next to the microphone.
No, he's not. He's nowhere near it. Do you want to drive? Is that what you're telling me? You drive then.
It sounds distressed, but he's not, right?
No, he's not distressed, no. Not at all, here. Just old man. Just a very old man. I hate to think how old he is in doggy years. Was it 7 dog years for every human year, is it?
Yeah, something like
So he's 18 human years.
18?
Yeah.
Wow, that's very old. Times 7. That's 130 or something.
130.
No.
He's due a few telegrams then.
I mean, if he's 20, it's 140. So he's not quite there. So 60, 160, 126. Yeah. Wow,
He's had a good innings.
that's very, very old.
Because he's well looked after and spoiled. That's what it is.
Still go for a walk.
No, he goes for drives, or he did do. Always go for drives.
And the dog goes, "Why are my feet hurting?" Because you never used them before.
That's me, that is. That is me on a Tuesday and Thursday afternoon when I do this rehab thing. This pulmonary rehab. There's one exercise that requires you to sit in a chair. They've got chairs on like opposite sides of the room. And you have to get up out of one chair, walk across the room, sit down in the other chair, then get straight back up again, walk back across the room, sit in the other chair, stand up, walk back, and you're basically walking backwards and forwards and sitting in these two chairs. That absolutely kills my legs. And it's not the walking bit, it's the sitting down and standing up bit. My legs do not like that at all. They are so weak these days. And then there's another one as well that they get us to do. And my legs are just like, no, I don't enjoy this. I don't like this bit at all. when they're like loading, I think it's the whole loading and unloading of weight on my legs. They're like, no, it does not like this. It's because I never use them. Like, most of the day I'm sat down at this computer, probably for like 14, 15 hours. I never use my legs. So they've got really deconditioned and weak over time.
That's why I want to drive my bicycle to the job, to the office.
I need to do some weightlifting with my legs
weeks,
to strengthen them back up and build them back up. That's what I need to do. Just weightlifting with my legs.
Well, that's what you do. Get up out of the chair, stand, sit down. That's
yeah, but
weightlifting
you probably should start with a lighter weight and build up, not just start trying to pick my fat ass up and put it down again.
Yeah, the increase thing is going up with one leg only. Should be able to do that as well.
Hello, what's that floating in the sky up there?
Oh, an artifact. E.T.
Looks like looks like the ice cream stand. The thing that sells the ice creams at the supermarket.
He lost it. Do I see it from here?
$231,000 potatoes in the bank account now. Contract on field 11 is 70% completed. Boom, 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 boom. Mr. Helge's cracking on. I'm on my way back to the farm, so I'll be able to see you soon. Give the tractor and trailer a bit of a wash. Like I say, then we can buy a roller. Rollers.
I have to buy seed. Is that something you want to do at the shop?
No, because we'll be using seed for ourselves, so you can buy that for the buy that from the farm. Because we'll be using it on our own field. I just didn't see much sense in spending thousands and thousands of bucks on fertilizer to do a fertilizer contract. Because the whole point of a fertilizer contract was to make money.
Yeah, it depends how much the fertilizer costs.
So for like me doing the fertilizing contract last night, it was cheaper for me to buy the pallets at the store than use the silo. It was much cheaper for the 2 pallets that I needed. But obviously you're going to need a lot of seed because you've got to do field 2 as well.
Yeah.
So you might as well fill it up. Just don't buy any more fertilizer for the seeder. Be very careful when driving under it with the triggers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it gives you the option on a seeder or whether it will just fill it depending which trigger is under the thing at the time. I must admit, that's normally why I always, on Stevie's maps, as much as I like Stevie's seeders and stuff, and he includes these seeders in the map that you can buy, I normally get rid of him and replace him with a seeder that only takes seed. So I don't accidentally buy a load of fertilizer every time. Because again, when I'm doing seeding contracts and sowing contracts, I don't want fertilizer because it's cost. Right, I'm going to quickly nip for a quick bio break before I decide what I'm doing next. Dog's asleep.
Okay. Was ein Bett.
Tell me that, Doc. Oh, you've been spoiled today, Doc. He's had a plate of liver today, and he's had a plate of mince. No wonder you're having to sleep so much, Doc.
Yeah, the thing with not using fertilizer when you're doing a contract is you increase the chance of getting fertilizer contracts.
Yeah.
But
Look at that.
he didn't make noise when you were gone, so he's talking to you.
Oh, we've got ducks now, look.
Baby chicken.
Baby chickens.
Baby ducks.
Small chicken chicks can grow into adult chickens. These can be sold or used to lay eggs. We've got ducklings, look. Ducks provide you with eggs that you can sell. Oh, that's because I've got the enhanced animal mod installed, isn't it? So we're going to have all different animals. Let me check all the pens, see what we can have on this map eventually.
Tell me, which bird hatches but doesn't lay eggs?
Which bird hatches but
Or
doesn't
which
lay
birds, yeah? Which birds, yeah? They hatch but they don't lay eggs.
hatches but doesn't lay eggs? Bird hatches but doesn't lay eggs. I'm thinking. Birth to live young then. Flying squirrel.
What?
Flying squirrel.
No, all male birds.
Ah. Pig looks like.
I was saying, my first answer to that question was the cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
But he does lay eggs, but he doesn't.
He lays them in other birds' nests.
Breed them. He doesn't breed them.
Yeah, he lays them in other birds' nests and lets them raise them. So we get the choice of male and female pigs. That's interesting. That's an option. That's another pig pen, so we won't worry about that.
They probably are bigger than male.
Well, the males obviously don't reproduce, so they're just bred for sale, for meat. Whereas the females...
Do the females reproduce without the males?
Rams are the father animals of sheep. They serve as protectors to the flock. No, rams do not reproduce. Sheep produce wool. So there are female lambs, which then become sheep. And then we've got goats as well, look. Oh, wicked.
The Welsh goat.
Goats only produce milk, so no wool. Ah, so that's new. Oh, we could have animals galore on this map.
Is this new in Giants or is it new in Stevie?
It's new in a mod. It's not Stevie. We got balls. Heifer. Bull. Angus. This type of cow is bred for profit and can be sold. Heifer. Holstein. Bull. Holstein female is used for dairy farming and produces milk. Heifer cow. What's the difference between a cow and a heifer?
Maybe a cow is producing milk and a heifer is producing calf.
Ah, feed your heifers into regularly so they can develop into cows. So it's like a teenager. Yeah, it's like a teenager. You've got your calf, which are your baby cows, then you've got like your teenagers, and then you've got your adults. So there's like three progressions. Ages. Yeah.
Mm.
Got your bulls. Mm. That is rather cool to know, actually. That is very nice to know. And is there anything special for the horses? I wonder. We've got a horse pen, but if we're not going to do horses, I might actually get rid of the horse pen. That might be one of the good things we can do. Because then we'd have all this area here. Right. Foal. Mare. Foal. Male horse. Foal. No, nothing new at the horse pen apart from different ages of horses. We'll have to make a decision about the horse pen. Because in time we could remove it and then it would make sense then to have like a grass field or something. instead if we're not going to do horses. And then we can start getting like hay and stuff and silage.
But we do have grass field somewhere?
We don't
or?
have a grass field yet. No, we don't own any grass fields. There's one near the farm, which is actually right next to the horse pen, which is field 1, which is tiny.
Yeah. But can you mow the area around fields?
You can mow the area around fields, yes.
Where's Peter when he's... Didn't he mow the grass around the fields?
Yeah.
Okay, I need seed.
Need seed. I don't like field 3 being cotton. I really don't like that. Right. There's a baling contract. We've only completed 1 job for Mr. Hammond. We have completed 4 jobs for Mr. Ewing, though. We haven't completed any jobs yet for Gianna.
That the problem is, huh? Yeah, I can't. I was refilling from the meridian, and that's fertilizer, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that was stupid.
Yeah,
where
you don't
do I
get the...
fill the seed?
The seed is filled in the same place, but you just need to move the seeder around because you need to find the seed trigger.
Oh.
You got to have the F1 window open. That's the thing that I don't like about Stevie's seeders.
I mean, okay, it's in the front. You have to remember it's front edge of the lid that you have to park under the... You have to unload it. Put it in the fertilizer spreader. Might be some left over.
Vader Boss only takes seed. Also only takes 3,000 litres of seed. That Lempkin there only takes seed. And is 5,800 litres. Tempted to get one of them ones. That would solve the problem when we sell the one you're using. Don't even buy Stevie's, just buy the Giants one, because the Giants version of the Lempkin only takes seed, doesn't do fertiliser. So then you can't fill it up with the wrong stuff. Still 12 metres, still 15 kilometres an hour. Perfect. There are planter. There's the Kinsey Blue Drive as well. The planter that only takes seed. We wanted an extra one. But we want a roller, don't we? Did I buy a roller? I can't remember. I did buy as a roller. Did buy a roller. Right, I need to go and fetch it then from the store. will take you. I did get as a stone collector. Like I say, I have been making some stone lime already with the stones I've picked up.
2 pallets are left over. And torch screws.
I'll have to have a look at what our seed making machine takes. Might be able to chuck leftover pallets of fertiliser in there. And then that would give us, then we wouldn't be able to fill the seeder up wrong if we're filling it from the seed maker. It also wouldn't cost us any money then. Check in a minute. No, I'll check when we get to the store. No point me filling up now and driving and crashing off the bridge. Park in a safe place before you check your phones and other devices. Your tablets. Saying that, it'll soon be tablet time. It's nearly 9 p.m. Production menu. Small seed production requires either wheat, barley or oat. It requires, is that liquid fertiliser? Yeah, liquid fertiliser. That's a bit disappointing. Because we've got solid fertiliser.
Yeah, but I mean, after one fertilizer contract, you can
use it.
Just take it. It would have been better if you just select seed or select whatever you want and not make sure you are at the right position.
So the greenhouses that we currently have require, Stevie's greenhouses require us to use compost, water and manure. I wonder if we should swap those out for DD ones when the time comes. Small multi-fruit dryer. Silage production. I do have some sorghum in the pig food mixer, by the way. Because obviously there was some from the contract when I was delivering.
Yeah.
So a little bit went in there. There was a load that went in the silo though, so I've got like 8,000 litres in the silo. I've also got some canola as well. Look, I've got 4,000 litres of canola as well from a harvest contract as well. We've got a little bit of wheat. We've got a little bit of corn already in the silo. We've got a little bit of.
There would be food.
We've got a little bit of TMR, a little bit of silage, a little bit of grass. We've got quite a bit of straw. Look, already that I got from, again, doing the harvest contract.
Chickens do take sorghum as well,
right? It depends now, because I don't know what these new different animals, these chicks and ducks and things, I don't know what they eat. It could be different when we buy them and put them in the pen. It could be a bit of a experience, that, because I've never used that mod with Stevie's map before. I don't know if it's because of the way Stevie fiddles with the animal pens, whether it's going to cause problems. Look at all the stuff we can make and sell. Look, Mr. Helgi, look. Cinnamon rolls, chocolate cannoli, apple pie, cherry pie, jams, juices. All the animal stuff. Horse saddles, toys, goat milk. Popcorn, pasta, garlic bread, brown sugar, oatmeal, maple syrup, molasses, cream, sheep's milk. Goat's milk's on the list twice.
Except that your face cam is in the middle of the list.
In the middle of the list, so you can't see them all. Oh, that's a shame. Shame my face is in the way, isn't it? My horrible face. Get that face. Remove that face so we can look at something much better and more interesting. Everybody hates my face. That's good. What's wrong with the Discord?
This time. I finished field 11, I get 10% discount. But I actually haven't finished field 11 because I have to do 2 stripes.
Oh, it's okay. Do the 2 stripes.
That's what I do. Guinea track.
I'm rolling, 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 rolling.
Yeah, I'm seeding field 2 is out, and you can do the rolling.
Rolling, 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 rolling. Rolling, 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 rolling. So I've got to do field 10, haven't I?
Yeah. Right.
Field 10 is our field. So I must roll field 10. And make sure it's all level and squished. There's our track. There's our truck. Can't wait to get rid of that trailer. Don't like that trailer at all. I also don't know if we start with any fuel. No, we don't start with any fuel in our big fuel tank. So we'll need money for that at some point.
be able to refill from one truck to the other truck, like it's snow running.
Is this field 10 here? Or is it further up? I think it's further up. I think that's field 9.
Oh, right. Okay.
£43,000 harvest in contract income. I was going to say harvest income, but you've not harvested anything.
Nope.
Of course, the only problem with this roller, with it being a combi roller, oh, what a numpty. I forgot, I haven't got GPS on this tractor. So Mr. Helge's worked this field north to south. So for me, it might be beneficial if I work it east to west then. Just so I produce a slightly different texture and can actually see where I have rolled. Because I haven't got the benefit of GPS on this machine. That's going to be an expense. What is it, another 10 grand? Put GPS on this.
Only 10 or 15?
15? Can't remember which version of GPS mod I'm using. I have so many mods downloaded and so many mod folders now, I can't remember where I'm at. With all the different versions of everything. I'm using different versions of mods on different saves in different folders. I know John sent me a nice message on Discord with a program that lets you compare mods and mod folders and check for errors and issues, but I've not really had much chance to have a look at play with that yet. I downloaded it and installed it, and then I loaded up this map, this mod folder, and my Ringwoods folder, and was like comparing the two. And obviously it says in my Ringwoods folder there are version mismatches where I've got newer versions of mods in this folder than I'm using on Ringwoods. And I thought, oh well, that's easy, I'll be able to just copy the mod. The program will copy the mods from my Ringwoods folder, from this folder to my Ringwoods one. But I couldn't seem to get it to do it. It wouldn't do it. Even though I was pressing the button. So
The program is supposed to do that.
yeah. And like if it also checks on the mod hub as well. So if you've downloaded a mod off the mod hub that's out of date, it will let you down. It's supposed to let you download it within the program, rather than you have to go into game, download it and update it in the game. And then again, you download it once, and then it's supposed to copy it to all the different mod folders that use that same mod. But yeah, I couldn't. Now it might be me because I was using the portable version of the mod and not the main installer version. Because on the website where you download it, there's like several different versions of the program. And I went for the portable one because I thought, well, that's going to be easier for me just to use when I want to on my hard drive where I've got all my mod folders. I didn't really want to have to install anything on my Windows drive and stuff. And maybe that, because I'm using the portable version, it doesn't do the copying. I don't know. I need to spend a little bit more time looking at it. But it's certainly quite interesting. Because it does the folder switching. You can do the automatic folder switching like I do with the other program I use.
Yeah.
I know you do it manually just by changing folder names and stuff.
Yeah. But I'm not changing it every.
No, you're not
day.
changing it every day, like me, where I have like 4 saves on the go, 4 different saves running, using 4 different folders, using 4 different sets of mods. All gets terribly confusing.
Yeah.
Could use a worker, but it's going to cost me 250% more. Do I have the what's that? So have you checked if you have the internal mods folder in the game install directory? I do. That internal mods is for that mod folder is for the new multiplayer multiplayer game modes, the bale stacking and the arena thing for the like Farm Sim League stuff. Those are the only 2 things that should be in the internal mods folder. Everything else should be in the paid DLC folder.
Are you looking in Discord or?
I am looking on the YouTube chat. Where somebody is talking to me on the. I'm multi-streaming, Mr. Helgi. I'm streaming on Kick and to YouTube as well this evening. Try and obviously generate a bit more of a viewer list and interest. But if you do not have a paid DLC folder in your main game folder, in your main installation folder, it might be because you have the Giants version. You have the Giants installer version rather than the Steam version. In which case, your PDLC folder will be in the Documents folder, where your save games and everything are. Because Giants likes to stick the paid DLC folder there for their version of the game, and Steam likes to stick it in the main installation folder.
Just keep everything simple.
Because I have a paid DLC folder now in my Documents folder, because the last 2 DLCs, the Göweil and the Hay and Forage pack, Giants sent me the codes for those to do my early previews and videos on. So because I downloaded the DLC from them with their codes and installed it, I got a paid DLC folder in my Documents folder with 2 files in. And then of course when I download it on Steam, because I have the season pass, Steam goes and puts the paid DLC for the Göweil and the Hay and Forage pack in the main PLD paid DLC folder in the installation folder, which means when I open up the game and go to start a save, I've got 2 versions of the Göweil and 2 versions of the Hay and Forage on my mod list, because it's detecting both. So I'm going to have to delete them out of my Documents folder. I am. Because I just like to have them in the Steam folder. And obviously some...
automatically updated, right?
Yeah, because then the Steam ones are automatically updated, yeah. And also what I'm going to start doing as well is using my own advice from my own videos. And the mods that I use all the time now, like the additional game settings mod and things like that, I'm going to move those to the paid DLC folder, so I don't have to put them in every single mod folder. and duplicate the same file like 30 times on a hard drive. So like Courseplay, Auto Drive, mods like that I use on every single map, every single save, I'm just going to put those mods into the PDLC folder so they get loaded automatically on whatever I'm playing.
But that's in the documents, right?
It's in the documents if you've got the Giants version of the game. If you've got the Steam version, it's wherever you have, wherever Steam's installed it.
Okay.
So whichever hard drive Steam has installed FS22 on, it's in that folder.
And also you put mods in there?
Yeah, you can put mods in the paid DLC folder, yes. And the game will automatically load those as if they are DLC. So you don't need to have them in, don't have to worry about mod folders. It's very useful for saving hard drive space if you use mods all the time, like I do, on different maps and on different saves. And then you've only got to update those mods once. Like, you know, if you use like Courseplay, right, it's easy just to update it once in that PDLC folder whenever there's a new version of Courseplay released, as opposed to having to remember which mod folders you've got on your hard drive that use Courseplay and have to add it in every single one of them. Good evening, Jimpy. Nice to see you. How's your back today, Mr. Jimpy? Have you recovered from your nap yesterday? For those of you that weren't here yesterday, Jimpy took a nap on his sofa and hurt his back whilst he was having a nap. Oh. Sleeping's a dangerous thing to do when you get to our age. When you're an old man like us, you go to sleep and you wake up with more injuries than when you went to sleep. So sleeping's like hazardous. Should come with a health warning.
How did Chimpy create this jumping face over the screen?
Jumping face over the screen? Because he put an emoji, an emote in the chat.
Yeah, and that jumps over the screen.
Yes, because there's an alert on my screen for the people in Kick who are watching, who use the chat on Kick. Whenever they put emotes in the chat on Kick, the emotes get danced and put on the screen. I can't do it, sadly, for the YouTube peoples. So, unfortunately, Cornholio, your lovely little emote does not get to dance on the screen because it doesn't work with the YouTube chat. Or at least I've not found a way to make it work with the YouTube chat. One thing I should probably do is make sure I remember to plug my phone in, because my phone will be dead else. Watch it, because now I've got the Kick stream and chat on the iPad, and I've got the YouTube stream and Kick chat on my phone, because I don't run multi monitors in my PC setup. I've literally just got one big 4K screen in front of me. So whilst I'm playing the game, I have to use everything else I can find lying around me to try and see the streams and stuff.
These emojis look like the what's it called? The ghost movie. The green monster. And not Shrek.
I could say to you, Mr. Helgi, why aren't you using your lovely subscriber emotes, Mr. Helgi?
What?
Why aren't you using the subscriber remote?
Do I have some?
Yeah. You'll have all the little emotes with me, my little face on them.
I have no idea.
there should be when you open up the emote screen on the chat, there should be a little icon at the top of that screen, which will be me. If you click on that, it brings up all my emotes. There's Helgi, look, doing the keep fit emote, doing my bicep curls that I do every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon now, with my lovely bright pink 2.5 kilo dumbbells. Again, I feel like somebody's taking the mick out of me with those. No, they're not even no, they're not 2.5 kilos, are they? They're only 1 kilos. I'm getting confused with my black ones downstairs, which are 2.5. I ought to take my own dumbbells. Mr. Helgi with the love emote. It's all good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, I don't work out with dumbbells below 15 kilos.
You've got some 5s. You've got some 5 kilos as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I feel like such a wally when they give me these little pink 1 kilo things, and I'm like, yeah, is this supposed to be a workout? Because this is easy as flip, you know. You can give me as many reps and as many sets of that as you like. You ain't gonna wear me out with that. 1 kilo, blooming heck.
Yeah, you start small and then you increase. First, you have to make the right move. Correct move.
Again, the only strength exercise I struggle with is the press-ups. Because again, it's lifting my body weight and I'm quite a lump. There's a little bit too much weight there. The fact they made me start off, with 2 sets of 15. I was like, oh my god. So I dread to think what I'm going to find on Tuesday when I next go. Is it going to be 3 sets? Or are they going to increase the reps in each set? Is it still going to be 2 sets?
The reps will not increase.
So it will be more sets. So I'll probably have 3 sets of press-ups to do.
Or more weight.
Well, I can't put more weight on.
3 sets, 15 reps, and then maybe more weight, but not more sets, I don't think so.
Yeah, but Mr. Helgi, when it comes to press-ups, how can I put on more weight? I am the weight.
But you get some dumbbells in your arms, and then the same thing.
Get somebody to sit on my back. Yeah.
Press-ups, yeah. Okay. But can you do 15? Good.
Yeah, I had to do 2 sets of 15 on Thursday afternoon.
That's good.
That was tough. I found that hard.
Yeah.
I certainly wasn't flexing at the 70-year-old guy again this week.
But if I had a person who's new, I wouldn't do it. Maybe I would do a different version of push-ups, like you are with your knees on the ground, or you are say doing 10 reps. But 15 is already, for many people, not achievable.
Well, the best of it was the young lad, like the young physio lad, the trained professional nurse person who, one of them that supervises it.
He can do 50.
Well, yeah, he can do a load, but as I was doing my second set, he comes over to me and says, you know, if you find that easy, you can also put your legs on a chair and do it to increase the angle.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to make it any more difficult.
Can I put my arms on the chair?
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is then you, after that, 2 days later, you have muscle ache. Yeah? That is something they should prevent.
Well, that was the thing. On I got up Friday and I was like, did not feel great at all Friday. I was like, oh, yeah. Now I feel all this exercise. So Friday I had a very can't be arsed kind of day.
They must have a flatter ramp up for you. Not to start too quick. On one hand, they come up with the 1 kilo weight, which is nothing, and then on the other hand, you have to do 15 push-ups.
15 press-ups where I'm lifting like 100 kilos.
Yeah. Maybe they ask you to do 10 pull-ups, yeah? Which you may do 1.
One of my wheels is not turning.
Need some grease. Oh, one of your roller thingies.
Yeah, one of my rollers is not rolling.
Stuck.
Just thought I'd do the headland bit. Because I'm about to crash into a tree on the next row. Because there's a tree right next to the edge of the field. And I don't want to have to get a chainsaw. Yet. That reminds me actually. Did I remember to install a mod called the Wood Production mod? That I used when we played on Maypole, I think it was. I didn't. What a freaking idiot. Because that was a nice way of producing wood, planks and things, without actually needing to cut down trees. Which again is really useful for some of the mods we've got installed. Because I know if we go down the Dragon's Den production road, it would be nice if we get the wine factory and we're doing brewing to be able to do like barrels of beer.
Yeah.
As opposed to just pallets of bottles. Because I think the barrels are worth a lot more money.
Beer, wine barrel.
That's 3:30. Another day on the farm has already gone by. I do like this time scale. I think it works quite well in multiplayer, having it at 3 times. It gives you enough time whilst you're doing jobs without putting too much pressure on you. And I think 3 days is enough as well, that you're not waiting around forever to do things.
Yeah, right.
But stuff still, like fields and that, progress pretty quickly. But obviously, there will probably come a point in the save where when we have like loads of fields bought and owned.
Well, you can still slow it down if you want.
One of the things I would maybe like to do, because we own 3 fields on this side of the river, I'm likely to think that the next field we buy will be on the other side. So I'll be looking at fields maybe like 19, 18, and what's that, 15 as possible fields to buy first. Leave the big fields because they're great for contracts at the moment.
Yeah, right.
But again, it gets people driving and travelling around the map then, rather than just being sat at the farm all the time. And then once we've got the fields bought on the other side of the river, then like alternate, then going beyond that. So once we've got 3 fields that side, the 4th field we buy will be on this side, and then again on the other side, and then back on this side, then on the other side, until we own the whole map.
Makes sense to think about having certain crops in certain areas, like root crops, or that you have your equipment over there.
Yes. Well, then again, the good thing about Stevie's maps is there's so much room around the edges of the field that we've got place to place sheds. You can place sheds for storing equipment in at the field. So like when we come to do like potatoes and sugar beets and things like that, the equipment for those jobs can be kept at those fields, so we're not having to drive all around the map with them, but they're kept in sheds so they're nice and tidy.
Yeah. So field 3 is actually, what is it?
Field 3 is a cotton field, I think.
Is it what?
Yeah, I think the farmer's growing cotton on that. Good luck with that, because that field's so small, I doubt you're actually going to get a bale off of it.
Yeah.
So I would be very reluctant.
And you don't have the equipment as well.
Yeah, if that field comes up as a cotton harvesting contract, I'd be like, no, I think we'll leave that. I was trying to think, it might be the Glenleithan map from Cavalier Roy that came out earlier in the week on the Mod Hub. Somehow, I'm not quite sure how he's done it, but on that map, the AI doesn't grow any crops that are like not suitable for that area, because it's like a UK map. I think it's like Scottish, supposed to be Scottish based. The AI will never do like cotton contracts or sugarcane contracts and stuff. They don't do it. You as a player can still grow all that stuff fine, but the AI will not do it. They only grow the crops that are appropriate. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, that would be really nice to have on other maps. Or find out how he did it, so I can edit some of the maps that I want to play in the future, so that I don't have contracts for stupid things like cotton.
The thing is, the cotton field is already growing pretty much. Well, you just plow it under and plant something else.
Oh yeah, but we don't own it.
What?
We don't own field 3.
We don't own. I thought we owned it.
No, we don't own field 3. No, it was for that reason I didn't buy field 3, because A, it's a very small field when we landed on the map, and I was like, which fields am I going to buy? Because we didn't own any fields when I loaded up this save. This was like a start from scratch job. And I looked and I was like, field 3's got cotton already on it growing. I was like, I don't really want to buy a field that's A, that small, and then have to muck about ploughing it and then planting something new. So I left it. But part of me is thinking that I might just go over there, and if everybody just happens to look away from the screen for a couple of minutes, I might change that crop on that field to something else. Using my magic wand. Just giving it a little waggle over the field and turning it into carrots or something instead of cotton.
What I'm looking forward is that when field 9 is growing, it must look absolutely fantastic with all the red flowers.
The poppies? Oh yeah, poppies is nice. Poppies is nice. I did a poppy harvest on Ringwoods. Because when you're playing with seasons, you harvest that in March.
Okay.
So you plant it just before the winter, and you get to harvest it in like right at the start of spring. So it was quite interesting to do that, because when I started harvesting it on Ringwoods, it was I still had snow in parts of the map from February. It looked a bit weird me harvesting whilst there was still snow on the ground.
Yeah, but I don't think that poppy will grow that early in the year. Nearly a summer flower. I mean, it grows normally, it grows next to fields. Don't think that somebody would... But obviously there must be some people that grow this plant for harvesting. Because you have poppy seed cake in Germany and stuff. And also some bread rolls are with poppy seeds on top. Where my brother is always making a joke. Says that's how the blinds get the newspaper. They read the poppy seed. I'm done seeding.
You're done seeding. Will that field need rolling as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not sure about 30. Oh, it's fertilized completely. All stages. It's time for me anyway. Time to say goodbye.
It's time for Mr. Helgi to say good night. It's 10:30 for him.
It's
Mr. Helgi's bedtime.
lunch is over a long time.
Lunch is over. Yes, that's a good point. That's well reminded me. Turn off the DLC next time I load the map up. Which will probably be Tuesday evening for our next multiplayer session, I think.
That's good.
That's it. If you're around and about. Mr. Helgi has left the server. Well, thank you for your assistance tonight, Mr. Helgi. Most appreciated. Very nice farming and chatting with you.
Yep, I enjoyed it.
Enjoy the rolling. I might just finish this field and then I'll leave the other field for the next evening of farming.
Yeah, got plenty of.
There we go. So that's achieved quite a lot tonight then, because like I say, we've done contracts, and Mr. Helgi's got all our fields seeded and planted. Admittedly, we didn't really want to do oats, but because he started seeding the wrong field, we've ended up with a field of oats. So we're just going to have to live with that now. Because he meant to do oats for a contract field, but he started seeding on the wrong one. So we've ended up planting a field of oats just because it makes it easier. Saves us digging up the field again. I've got a field rolled. Got the field 17 fertilised, which was a big contract. Obviously, what we've done today is enabled us to buy the roller, which we need, and obviously put plenty of money in the bank account. We do need to switch over the seeder though. I'm not happy with the seeder. I don't like its unrealistic speed. I'm not sure why Stevie gave us the high speed one to start with, and also I don't like the fact it takes fertiliser and seed. I would rather it only take seed, so we don't end up buying a load of fertiliser that we don't need when we go to the refill point, because obviously, as Mr. Helgi found out, trying to judge where the fill triggers are on the seeder for the seed and fertiliser is very, very difficult, because there's no obvious markings. And when he went to the trigger and hit the button, it filled up with fertiliser first, and that's what we didn't want. So I'll be switching over the seeder, taking the seeder we've currently got to the store and selling it. They can have that back, and we'll have the version instead that only does seed. That way we have to fertilise before we seed and after we seed. We can't fertilise during seeding. And that is also much better when we're doing any seeding contracts, because then we're not wasting fertiliser on contracts where we're not being paid for it. Because the farmer does not pay you for fertilising during sowing contracts or planting contracts. So if you're using fertiliser on sowing or planting contracts, you are wasting your time and money. Don't do it. Right, let's have a look. Have I... there's apparently a couple of little bits where it says it's not been rolled. I have to check on that, because I'm pretty sure I nailed all of this. I will double check the field before I drive off of it. May just mean I might have to come at things at a little bit of a different angle if it's the, you know, the train is a little bit off and that's what's caused it. Would have thought I'd have got that bit though when I did the headland strip, and that bit should have been done, unless I took off across the field before I'd fully lowered the roller, which is a possibility. I do have a tendency to do that, start driving before the equipment has actually got into its operating position, because I'm too impatient and forget how long it takes for some of these machines to actually like hold down. You'll often see that when I'm seeding. You will very often see that when I'm seeding. A bit of rolling. We shouldn't have to worry about weeds, because like I say, these fields have been ploughed, so that means there should be no weeds at all growing during this particular growth cycle. But obviously after we harvest the field and then we cultivate it next time round before reseeding it, we will have weeds in that cycle. But that's alright, because that gives us time. We don't need to rush out and buy a weeder right now. We don't need to rush out and buy a sprayer right now. We can just chill out a little bit. Get the equipment we need first. Like I say, a baler would be useful. Because we've got baling contracts. Although the fields aren't that big, so they're not going to make a lot of profit. It's going to be because there won't be that many excess bales left over. So maybe it's not essential to get a baler just yet. See, we're lucky on this map because obviously Stevie gives us a multi-fruit silo, which means things like grass, hay, straw, silage and stuff like that, we can just store it in the silo. So we don't need it in bale form. It's quite acceptable, obviously, to pick it up loose and drop it in the silo for storage and safekeeping until we need it. There's also various other machines around the farm that will take things like grass, hay, straw and stuff as part of their production chains. So again, we can always tip stuff like that into those machines if we need to. So again, we don't really need to worry. We don't really worry too much about baling. Baling's not really a big thing on Stevie's maps, unless you're doing contracts. Because for most of the operations around the farm, you'll be better off with the material available loose. Like, for example, feeding animals. It's far easier on Stevie's maps to feed the animals with loose products, loose materials, rather than trying to muck about with bales. Because obviously bales have like fixed capacities, and when you're trying to balance the different food bars that the animals have, it can be very difficult when you're giving them a bale. It's actually worked out just brilliantly for this field. This field is perfect size for this roller. I haven't got to delete too much grass with it, which is good. Because yes, this is a combination roller, by the way. It is available on the in-game mod hub, and it lets you roll fields after seeding, and you can also use it on grass fields after mowing to get the grass growing again. Oh no, I don't want to fold up, do I? Because there's a couple of bits that I've missed, apparently. So what we'll do is we'll lower this down and we'll just have a drive down here and see if we can see the bits where I missed. I imagine it's going to be somewhere near this tree, most likely. Oh, and it's this bit. Gone. Gone. Mm-hmm. And it might just have been a bit where I missed coming up the edge of this field. Although I overlapped quite a lot, as you can see, from the deleted grass. There we go. Oh, there's a couple of bits on that side. See, I didn't want to remove too much grass, so I tried to make sure I didn't overlap too much, because I wanted to keep the grass intact as much as possible along the bottom of the fields and around the edges of the fields. But obviously on the edges here, on these sides. I perhaps should have overlapped a bit more in places. Just to take care of those two spots. Gone. So, field 10 is done, field 2 needs to be done, but I'm going to leave that for another evening. We'll make sure the contracts are completed. They are. And they've been collected, so all the cash has been brought in. Right, what I'm going to quickly do then, before I end tonight's stream, is I'm just going to change field 3. I know. No point it being cotton. It's too small of a field to be cotton. So I'm going to be doing the AI a favour, actually, I think. By removing that. And changing it to something else, which might actually be better, more fun to harvest later on. Anyway. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to leave that tractor parked there, just as a reminder. Right. Cotton field. Fertilised 100%. Right. Hops. There we go. Much better. You'll thank me for that, Clifford Powell. You'll much prefer to have hops on that field than cotton. Trust me. Trust me. Right. And then... 5,560. See, that's the problem, you see. That's got a pretty decent, seed tank in it, hasn't it? The Giants one doesn't. Giants one is 5,800 litres of seed. So this holds about 10,000 litres then. What to do? What to do? You don't bother with rolling. It's only like a 2 to 3% bonus. It is, but in multiplayer, it's still a job. It's still a job. It's something to do, and it gives you a little bit of a, and like I say, it does give you that little bit of a yield bonus. You know what? Let me go change this sealer. Let me go change this seeder. I don't I'm going to unload it at the store, and then I'm going to reload it at the store. I might possibly think about... That was weird. The audio cut out there for a second. And then it's done it again. Is it my headphones doing that? That's all plugged in. I've lost engine sounds. I can still hear ambient. There we go. That's weird. And this tractor needs doesn't have GPS on it either. That's another tractor we need to modify slightly when we get to the store. Two things to fix. I'm also slightly surprised that this doesn't have a front weight, but I guess we've got weighted wheels, haven't we? And with weighted twins, that'll be quite heavy, so probably doesn't require the front weight. But let me empty that. You're going to cough now, dog. Make a noise. Right, so configure the tractor first. Customize. Ooh, we can have more. Well, we obviously want the pack. That's going to cost me 60 grand. We're not going to upgrade the engine just yet then. It has got GPS. Really? And we are just going to sell that. Yeah, now it's got GPS. Right. So we sold that one. And we probably got not very much for it, did we? We'll have that one. So, finances. What did we get? We got 128,300 for selling. And it cost us what? 165,000 to buy. I'll have to credit us the difference. I will. That was a bit of a shame, wasn't it? I caught them pallets. And I can't move it even if I wanted to. There we go. There's a collectible. But I can't jump up there that high. Right, so there's the cedar replaced. Like I say, I just need to credit us the difference between the cedar that we sold and the one that we've just purchased. Because it's not, I don't like losing money on equipment that I'm changing just because I don't like the way it operates. Like I say, if Stevie's cedar didn't drive at 27 kilometres an hour and didn't take fertiliser, I'd have kept Stevie's cedar. No reason not to keep it. It's perfectly fine. The fact that it drives at unrealistic speed and the fact that it's half of its capacity is taken up by fertiliser, which we don't use in a cedar, is just something I'm like, no, we're not having that on the server. Not having that in multiplayer. People are going to play with realistic stuff. You know, whilst I can, you know, suspend some disbelief in Farm Simulator, and there will be some equipment that we use which is totally inappropriate for the job that we are doing. There are other things where I'm like, no, come off it. Seeding at like 30 kilometers an hour is never a thing. Never a thing. Same as like ploughing at 30 kilometers an hour. That's not a thing either. So let me just sort that out now. So we need 48,000. Because that's the difference in price. And I'm going to go and spend... Did that give me the money? No, it didn't, did it? Now it has. Pressed the wrong button. And then I'm going to go and spend 15 of that straight away by making sure we've got GPS on this tractor over here. And I still think I'm out. I still think financially we're out of pocket. For the August new vehicles 762,750. Okay, sold vehicles 463,822. That is complete rubbish because I sold 3 tractors and only bought 2, and the 2 tractors that I bought, the 2 Massies, were cheaper than the price of the 7R that I sold. So the price of the Lamborghinis that I bought and immediately returned should have been fully refunded, and I don't think it was. I think we only got half back for each of the Lambos. But what can you do? And there's a couple of pallets of fertiliser there. Right. Perhaps need to find a new home for those. Right, let me configure this. Yeah, that one's the powerful one. £10,000, yes. Excellent. Right, I'm going to park that there for now. Right, let me also, tonight, whilst it's in my memory, because I will forget else, let me save the game quickly. And then what I'll do is I'll turn off all the DLC. Because John couldn't join the server because of the DLC, so I need to turn that off. Antonio Carrero, goodbye. Hello, Great Liner. Goodbye. Kubota pack. Goodbye. And then we're not going to need that then. So we can turn that off because that will not work without the Kubota pack. Kubota equipment pack by now, John. Does that only have the balers in it? Possibly. We'll leave the Vermeer pack installed because John did install the Vermeer pack. So, I'll go in game, save, that'll save the new settings, and then hopefully then on Tuesday when we next come to play multiplayer, everyone will be able to get on the server and do lots of nice wonderful things. And I am using the latest version of the map. I know the thumbnail did not have that. The thumbnail did not have that, but I am using it. Why was the time set at 0? Then, I wonder. Right, that's saved. Some of the contracts have gone a bit weird. Might be because we're at the end of the day. That's all looking okay. Right, let me just check. Kubota equipment. Buy now. No, we've got all access to all the Kubota stuff. So yeah, it's just the balers he's changed. Which we're not going to worry about because we've got the other baler mod installed as well. Where is it? Quick bale, isn't it? That one. Right. Well, we've had a good evening, ladies and gents. Me and Mr. Helgi, we've done quite a bit tonight. We hope you've all been entertained, those of you that have been watching. I thank those of you that have come over and chatted and everything. I'm just going to go and see if there's anybody online to go and... For the Kick people, obviously the YouTube people, it won't affect you. But for the Kick people, is there anybody online for me to go and do a host to? Bound to be somebody. It's Sunday night. Turn that off. I'm going to get the sound again in a second. Sorry about this. I'm going to get the sound. Right, who is online? Is anybody online? Nobody is online. Ooh. Right, let me have a look then. Categories, following categories. Let's go look in the farming sim category. And see if there's anybody I want to go and throw you over to. Chicken Gaming. You have been selected because you only have 2 people viewing you. So, Chicken Gaming, you win tonight's host. So, we'll go over there. If you're in the Kick chat, make sure to say hello to this person. There he is. And we will start the host in a few seconds. So, thank you everyone for tuning into tonight's stream. I will be back tomorrow afternoon, maybe, possibly, most likely, playing something else that isn't Farm Sim. Then we'll be back obviously Tuesday evening with multiplayer with Mr. Helgi. Wednesday afternoon I will be here doing my Ringwood stream, obviously for the Ringwood save, and that's as far into the future as I can see at the moment. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this evening. I will see you all next time round. Let's go do the host.
Loud.
Why the oof am I listening to music?
Do you understand what I'm asking you? Plowed? Or is it just a big field of grass?